God, it's heating up again. Whoo!
Yes, it's a bit cooler though, isn't it?
It is a bit cooler, yeah. We have just come back from teaching on Sandy Beach.
Oh yeah.
And, we went in the sea, even because I found that whenever it's like cooler, the sea is warmer.
Right.
And I think it feels warmer, but I think it's more that there's not much difference between air and water temperature. Whereas when it's warm, our bodies obviously heat up, so we get in the sea and it feels a lot colder sometimes at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really nice this morning.
Good.
A bit choppy, but it was nice. So yeah, well, this morning I'm going to be taking you through some arm balances. So it is quite a bit of core, but I have alternatives that I take you through first, so that you can play around with them, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Feels good. All right. Right. I'm going to just grab the playlist and pop it in the chat box just while we're waiting. That's the one I want. But it's really nice to see you here, actually. When it said Rebecca has entered the waiting room, I was like, oh, yay.
Yeah, no, I'm doing a lot better. It's still in pain, but yeah, I think all the work I have been doing has meant that I've got a much faster...
Like recovery?
Exactly, yeah.
You know your body better than anyone. And I think as long as you listen to it, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to go ahead and get started, and then I can add people in as they arrive. Do you know what the thing is with this heat, though? My fingers get all like swollen. So I'm constantly like taking my wedding rings off because I find it so uncomfortable. Right, so this week, we're really exploring the concept of, or this month, we're exploring Hatha Yoga, the philosophies behind it, and in particular, the Nadi system. So Nadi means flow, if you like. And so last week we focused on Ida Nadi, so it was a real slow practice. Really focusing on that kind of idea of slow living almost. You know, how can we bring that idea of yin, cool grounding off the mat and into our life. Whereas this week we're going the opposite way. So it's Pingala Nadi, where Ida Nadi is, if we think in terms of energy or almost like electricity, Ida Nadi, which governs the left side of the body, right side of the brain, is that negative force of energy. It's the lunar force. Pingala Nadi, governing the right side of the body, left side of the brain, is that positive energy. It is the solar energy within us. So we have that cooling, we have that firing. And then in the center, we have Sushumna Nadi, which flows right through the center of the body, through the chakra system. And Sushumna Nadi, when we think in terms of, say, electricity, is the neutral force. Or when we think in terms of lunar and solar, fiery and cool, Sushumna is that spiritual force. It is the balance of the two. So Ida Nadi and Pingala Nadi, we really want to try and bring into balance, because what happens is when they're in balance, they meet at Ajna Chakra, which is the third eye chakra here. And when they meet there and they're in harmony, it awakens Sushumna Nadi, and that Shakti Kundalini energy can rise up through that central channel, through the chakra, into the third eye. And then when it reaches there, all three energies reach the third eye chakra. We call that Hatha Yoga. The goal is to get Sushumna beyond the third eye, beyond Ajna Chakra, and into Sahasrara Chakra, which is the crown chakra. And that is what's called yoga. So essentially the goal of Hatha Yoga is to experience yoga. So this morning we're going to practice a Suryabheda Pranayama, which is the opposite of Chandrabheda Pranayama. Suryabheda Pranayama, in this context, Surya meaning sun or solar, Veda meaning, it has three meanings: secret, discrimination, and to pierce. So in this context, Veda means to pierce. And then pranayama in this context means breath. So literally speaking, solar piercing breath. Because what happens, according to the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, when we practice Suryabheda Pranayama, we inhale through the right nostril, and this can, not always, but it can shut off Ida Nadi and the functions of the left nostril. When we exhale out of the left nostril, we release energy and impurities that remain within Ida Nadi. When we inhale through the right nostril, we draw that prana, that energy, that air into Pingala Nadi. And by taking a pause at the top, by closing off both the nostrils, we retain the breath within the after inhalation, and we keep that prana within Pingala Nadi. So practicing Suryabheda Pranayama, it really awakens Pingala Nadi. It really activates our sympathetic nervous system, which is essentially fight, flight, or freeze. And that's not a bad thing, okay? We just don't want to stay there for a prolonged period of time. And when we practice Suryabheda Pranayama, when we activate the sympathetic nervous system, we shut off the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest. So we're really going to play around with that fiery solar energy this morning. We are literally going to take flight in crow. And we're just going to play, have fun, and really not take any of it too seriously. And really feel that heat that we're building within our torso, essentially. We're also going to practice a muscle lock as well, called Uddiyana Bandha, which is where we draw the belly button in towards the spine, and then imagine you're zipping up a pair of jeans. So you draw the belly button up, if you like, towards the rib cage. And it's really about the intention. Don't worry so much about physically feeling that lift, it's the intention. So we do that at the very bottom of the exhale. And essentially that's where engaging your core comes from. So bring yourself to a comfortable seated position, whatever that may feel like for you. Feel free to press play on your playlist now. Take your right hand, I'm not going to mirror you for breathing practice because my lefts and rights will be all over the shop. And bring your index finger and your middle finger together, and then place them onto the forehead. Gently guide them down to that space just above the center of the brows, that's Ajna Chakra. We're going to take the ring finger and place it on the left nostril. Now, if you want, as we're breathing, you can literally close off the nostrils with the ring finger and the thumb, okay? If you don't like how that feels, you can rest it on the bridge of the nose either side, and focus on the intention of inhaling through right, exhaling through left. So bringing the ring finger to the left nostril, release the thumb away from the right. Then bring your awareness to your left hand, take your palm up and keep it relaxed. Take an inhale through the right nostril. Closing right, take a pause. Release left, exhale. Close left, release right, inhale. Close, pause, exhale. Close left, release right, inhale. Take a pause, close right, release left, exhale. Close left, release right, inhale. Close right, release left, exhale. And take 3 more here at your own pace. Releasing that hand down to the right knee. Take a couple of rounds of breath here. And then on your next inhale, raise the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, roll those wrists down. If you've ever done bar with me, we've done this before, similar to what we do in bar. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, roll the wrists down. Take one more. Okay, we're going to bring ourselves straight into our tabletop position. So we're going to get straight into it this morning. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Close the eyes for this visual if you want to. Bring the awareness to the hands and notice where your weight is focused, perhaps through the heel of the hand. So think about your palm in terms of it being a square. And think about where those four corners might be. Base of the index finger, base of the pinky finger, and then the two corners at the heel of the hand. So send roots down from those four corners. And then imagine the center of your palm is like a suction cup and you want to draw up through the center of the palm. Don't worry if you can physically feel it or not. It's the intention that counts. And then bring the awareness to the fingertips and actively push them and release them into the mat. So this is really where we want to be in terms of our weight distribution in our hands whenever we're doing any kind of arm balance at all that requires us to really be on our hands. Now, bring the awareness to the elbows. They may be locked out. So bring a slight bend to them. That's going to instantly activate those muscles in the upper arms. And then roll the shoulders back and down, lift the head, lift the heart for time. Exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine for cat. High bending. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine, cat. And take a couple more here at your own pace. Moving in time with the breath. And then come back to stillness. Bring the awareness back to the hands. Baby girl, can I move you out of the way a little bit? Over there. Go, 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 go. Bring the focus to those palms again for me. Now, shifting the weight back if you need to. I definitely do for this. Bring the hands, palms up, facing towards the knees. Zero weight in the wrist. No weight whatsoever. See, all the fur babies are out this morning. And then dig those fingernails into the mat, actively and releasing them. So you can see I've sent my weight back so that I'm not dumping weight down into my wrists, right? Then I'm going to bring my palms back to the mat, fingers facing the long edges. I'm repositioning my weight so that I'm evenly distributed. Sending the weight down through the four corners, lifting through the center, slight bend to the elbows. And I'm going to bring the weight back once more if I need to. Bring the palms to face, the fingers facing in towards one another. So we're like that. Okay, palms up, fingertips towards the center of the mat, and zero weight through the wrists. Feather light. Actively press and release the fingernails into the mat. Holding here. Coming back to your tabletop position. Focus on those four corners of the palms, send the roots down. Actively wriggle those fingers. Lift through the center. Bring the awareness to the abdomen now. Take an inhale, allow the belly to relax. As you exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine. At the bottom of the exhale, imagine you're zipping up that pair of jeans. Draw the belly button up towards the ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Zip up those jeans. This is Uddiyana Bandha. So every time I say Uddiyana Bandha, that's what I want you to do. Take a couple more here. Then curl the toes under. We're going to lift into down dog. Don't worry so much about those heels touching the ground. Bring a slight bend to the knees, draw the hips skywards. Lengthen through the spine, send the awareness to the palms, ground down through all four corners, lift through the center. Keep those fingers nice and active. Take an inhale. As you exhale, start to spiral way forwards to your high plank. Drop the knees if you want to. Take Uddiyana Bandha at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, lift to down dog. Exhale, coming into high plank or plank on the knees. Uddiyana Bandha. Take a couple more here, move in time with your own breath. Go as slowly as you want to. The slower, the more focused for me personally. Remember Uddiyana Bandha, but also remember the palms. And at that last one, lower the knees down, uncurl the toes. Focus on those palms. We're going to lower down halfway on an exhale. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, lower down halfway. Take Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Take Uddiyana Bandha. Release those hands. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Rise up through Sphinx. Palms face up here. Take an inhale. Exhale. Rolling back down. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Lift up through Cobra. Take it back into your tabletop position. We're going to bring those legs in front of us. Feet flat to the ground. We're going to practice Uddiyana Bandha a little bit more. So bring yourself down onto your back slowly and with control. And then bring those knees into a tabletop position. Drawing the belly button in towards the spine, consciously push the lower back into the mat. Take the hands, palms away from you, either side of the thighs. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift up the head, neck, and shoulders. At the bottom of the exhale, you're going to engage Uddiyana Bandha. Belly button draws in, lifting it up towards the rib cage. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower down. Take one more here. Inhale, lower all the way down. Bringing your right arm to the outside of the left thigh. So both palms facing away from you towards the feet on the outside of the left thigh. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up. Take Uddiyana Bandha at the bottom of the exhale. And imagine as you lift up and lower down, imagine that you are grounding and rooting into the air through the four corners of the palm. Inhale, lower. Bringing the hands to the other side, so outside of the right thigh this time, take an inhale. Exhale, lift. Take Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. We're going to come back to center. This time, take the palms all the way up to the sky. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift up, bring the palms to either side of the thigh. Take Uddiyana Bandha at the top of the crunch, bottom of the exhale. Inhale, lower. Take one more here. Holding here. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Hugging the knees into the chest. And then if you feel comfortable, roll back and forth to bring yourself up to seated, or find your way up to seated your own way. Swinging those legs behind. We're going to play around with crow. So we've already done crow, we just did it lying down. We did side crow as well. I'm going to demo first, and then it's up to you if you want to literally give this a try, or if you want to continue practicing on your back, okay? Crow is all about the weight distribution in the palm of the hand, as well as engaging Uddiyana Bandha. It's a lot of core work. There's a lot going on in the wrists. This is why I was wanting you to focus on the four corners, lift through the center, keep those fingertips active. Because the minute that those fingertips relax and we lose those 4 points of contact, all of the weight goes into the wrist. And that is a lot going on, okay? So what we want to do with any kind of arm balance is make sure we set ourselves up so that we're in the strongest position possible, so that when we go into it, we feel confident and we feel comfortable, okay? So bringing yourself onto your feet. I like to keep my feet flat. Some people are more comfortable here. It's totally personal preference. I'm going to come at a slight angle just so you have a little bit of a better view, hopefully. My upper arms, the backs of my upper arms are pressing into my insides of my knees. So I could be here in Malasana basically, right? Then I'm going to bring my hands down to the ground, shoulder distance apart. My fingers are spread as wide as I can possibly get them. I'm going to start to lift up onto my tippy toes. I'm going to focus on my core first, okay? So I'm focusing on my core, focusing on my kind of balance of my weight and how much I can play around with my movement here, all right? Then I'm going to focus on my palms, grounding down through all four corners. My focus, if I'm on my mat and looking towards the top of my mat, I tend to be just beyond halfway so I can focus on the top edge of my mat as a single focal point. Because if we focus like here, right down here, then that's where we're going to go. And we don't want to face plant, okay? So I'm grounding down through all four corners, lifting through the center, fingertips are wriggling, active. And I'm starting to tip the balance. My elbows are bent so that now my elbows are above my wrists, so my joints are stacked, okay? And then I'm going to engage Uddiyana Bandha at the bottom of an exhale and lift up one foot, hold. Inhale, lower. Exhale, come forwards, lift up the right foot, inhale, lower. And I do that roughly about 3 times each side until I'm in a place where I feel like once I've lifted up one foot and I'm comfortably holding it there, I may be able to lift up the second foot. And sometimes I can hold it for a long time, and sometimes I can hold it for like a second. Sometimes I can't even get there at all. And that's okay, because it's just playing around, okay? So give it a go. I'm going to try and watch you on the screen, just so that I can make sure you look like you've got good form now, which is good. But just really take it slow, and remember, it's all about the core and the palms, and also where we're focusing our attention. So I'm really going to focus on the top of my mat. And remember, one foot coming up still counts as crow. Both feet up for a millisecond still counts as crow. We've already done crow. We did it lying down. Still crow. Awesome. Really good. You look really strong. And the thing is as well to remember is a lot of people get here and they want to be in a rush and they want to get into crow straight away, lift up. And it's all about taking it slow and be really conscious and purposeful with your movement and your positioning. You'll find it a lot more comfortable to get into it as opposed to being like, I'm going to get in, I'm going to get in it. So you've done it. Awesome. Amazing. Brilliant. Okay. It's really good. It's so nice seeing people getting themselves into crow. I love it, especially when people think they can't do it. The amount of people who tell me they can't do it, and then we practice and they play and they get into it, and it's like, oh my God, I could never do it before. So then it's really up to you to play around if you want to in your own time, and come back to this video. I have another one as well which goes into it in even more depth, and there's more movements as well to really help you play around with crow and side crow as well. So I'm going to share that into the members group as well. But it's really, you know, it's like everything, like splits, for example. I'm never going to practice splits because I have no interest in being able to do the splits, right? So if you want to practice crow because you want to do it and nail it, and you want to feel like, yeah, I can do that, great. If not, great. Bring yourself forwards on your mat, find yourself down, lower all the way down onto your back. We're not going to spend too long in Shavasana here, but bring yourself to a comfortable position, whether the soles of the feet are together so the knees drop out, feet to the long edges of the mat so the knees drop in, or extend the legs completely. Bring the hands to the sides of the body, palms up. Closing the eyes, bring your awareness to your left palm and close those fingers in to make a fist. Extend through the right palm, take an inhale. Closing the right palm, release left. Exhale through the mouth. Close left, release right, inhale. Close right, release left, exhale. And continuing here at your own pace. With every inhale, visualizing that breath flowing in through the right fingertips, all the way up the right arm, and holding it in the right nostril. And then as you exhale, imagine that breath flowing out from the left nostril, down the left arm, and out through the left fingertips. This is a different way of practicing Suryabheda Pranayama that really encourages us to focus on the intention. Take 2 more rounds here. And then at the end of that final exhale, keeping the palms facing up, bring the forefinger and the index finger together, extend the other 3 fingers. Focus on your breath, your natural rhythm of breathing. Notice where the breath is landing and how it's feeling. Notice how, with all that heat that you created in your torso, in your body, just through your breath, by engaging and awakening Uddiyana Bandha as well as Pingala Nadi, we took flight in crow. Many different variations. Keeping the eyes closed, invite your inhale to deepen and your exhale to lengthen. Go ahead and extend the legs, arms long overhead. Maybe even invite a yawn here as you take a stretch this morning. And in your own time, in your own way, find yourself up in a comfortable seated position, whatever that may feel like for you. When you get there, bring your hands together at your heart center. Start to rub the palms together. Feel that warm heat and energy start to build. Place the hands over the eyes. Feel that warmth, heat, and energy resonate throughout your entire body. And as you breathe here, I'm going to leave you with some words to take into the rest of your day and your week for when you need a reminder. Just like the sun, you have so much light within you that even the flowers, plants, and trees grow towards you. Keeping the eyes closed, start to draw the hands away, place them one on top of the other at your heart center. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale everything out with a sigh. And as we do, we say thank you to the Krishnamacharya and Iyengar lineage of yoga, and to all of the teachers and practitioners who came before us. Thank you so much for your practice this morning. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it helpful. You did amazing, by the way. You got into crow. This is like really cool.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It was a little bit, started to kick off a little bit in my leg afterwards, but yeah, I did it.
You did it. And like, hopefully you did it because it felt good.
Yeah.
And not, I have to do this. Like, I hope that it wasn't that, but yeah, you looked really strong, which is amazing. But yeah, I love teaching crow, because people always say to me, oh, I can't do this. When I say, like, has anyone done this before? The amount of people who say, yeah, I've tried, I can't do it. And it's all down to just knowing that it's so much more than what we think it is in terms of core engagement, distribution of weight in the palms, and really just building up that awareness and that connection, you know, between our mind and our body and what we're doing. And suddenly then it's like, oh, like you start piecing the puzzle together, and it not necessarily makes it easy, but it just means that you can come into it with way more confidence and feeling like, actually, this is potentially doable for me. So yeah, hopefully that's how it felt for you as well.
Yeah, no, it felt good. I've never tried it before, but it was good to give it a go.
Yay! Next week we are going to be focusing our awareness on Sushumna Nadi. So we're going to go through an entire chakra practice. Ida and Pingala Nadi as well, really bringing everything together. And I'm going to see if I can get side crow in there as well. Might be easier said than done, but I'm going to give it a try. And then next month, I am thinking of doing more arm balances. So we're going to play around next month with our arm balances, just as a follow-on from this week and next week. And I'm kind of enjoying the exploration of Hatha Yoga as well, the philosophy. So there may still be that element of Hatha Yoga brought into it as well. So yeah, I hope you can join me next week. But have a lovely rest of the day. It was really nice to see you. Yeah, take it easy.
Will do. Have a good day. I hope this evening goes well.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will. It'll be brilliant. You know, just nice to get out in nature again, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a special place, so it'll be good.
Fab. Have a good day.
You too, hun. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.